good people? Welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel. Right now, I'm about to react to Jimin's Face EP. All the anticipation has finally led to this moment. It is out. I'm really excited to see what he's got going on with this. I'm gonna say this right now. I'm gonna skip Set Me Free Part 2 because I already know that song. I'm gonna skip Like Crazy, the Korean version, because I reacted to that, so you can go check that out. But I will check out Like Crazy, the English version, so I'm really curious about that one. We're gonna get right into this, starting with the very first song, which is Face Off. This is the longest song on the album, so I can only imagine what this is going to be like. But yeah, let's just get right into it. Like, I'm really excited. Is there gonna be like a beat drop?
Alright, I guess the blame is on me. 내 모습을 봐, 사람 모조리 같이. 사람을 믿는. Give me all my money, give me all my heart. You're my spirit, baby. I was
Get some hip hop. This feeling reminds me of a certain song. Not how it sounds, just like the feeling of it all. Oh, this like little breakdown, like the pre-chorus. He's trying to get it out. Oh, this like slowing down to the beat. Yeah, this is already giving this feeling of it's been a long day, I have a lot on my mind, and face off, like I guess like he's facing his emotions and his feelings. A more somber opening to this album. With a album with the title face, and the cover of the album is gray. Even though I thought there was a rose gold copy of the album too. Maybe this is just the one like on Spotify. I'm definitely getting like this melancholic and reflective attitude with everything. So yeah, to start it off like that, and yeah, the way how it sounds, you can definitely hear it in his voice too, that yeah, he's facing this reality that he pretty much doesn't want to face, or that he's just tired of it. He's saying like, get it out, and tonight I don't want to be sober. There's some sad stuff here, sad stuff. Yeah, that was a good opener. Again, it reminds me of a song that I've heard probably so many times in my life, but yeah, like I don't know if it's like an R&B song or a hip-hop song, but just the feeling that it gives me. Okay, I'm not trying to say that whoever worked on this song, you know, plagiarize or copy somebody else. Okay, so no, don't do that. Don't do that. All in all, it was a good opener. Alright, so the next song is Interlude Dive. Yeah, it's just an interlude, so it's not that long. distorted, like you're underneath something. Cheering.
이렇게 만나게 되는 여러분 지민입니다.
Also kind of feels like you're going to like a different place. I mean, we do hear him like walking. He's like pouring alcohol. The way how it started, it sounded like he was in like this fantasy. So was that like the fantasy of being a pop star? Because it did lead into like him introducing himself, you know, in front of a crowd and all the cheering. And the way how it started and how it progressed and how it went from him being on stage to him walking somewhere, and then the way how the sound was, I mean the sound wasn't distorted, but just like it definitely shifted gears slightly, and then it led to him probably going back to his apartment and drinking and sighing. So title is Interlude Dive, so I think just taking like a deep dive into one, like your fantasy. I mean, in this case, like the pop star is not a fantasy, like we know he's a pop star. Being so immersed in the fantasy and then almost kind of getting out of that fantasy and then going back to where you basically let your hair down and you are just yourself and you let your raw emotions out. That's what I got from the interlude. The next song is Alone. This is a ballad. His voice.
지금 내가 뭘 하고 있는 건지 왜 나만 이런 건지 아니 모두가 그렇지 매번 하루가 또 다시 흘러가 얼마나 버텨야 나 돌아갈 수 있을까 차갑고 슬픈 점점 날 잃어가는 것만 같아 And day and night 반복되는 fall Black twilight 외면하지만 Make it right It's gonna be alright 내봐도 또 눈을 감고 외면을 내봐도 알잖아 힘이 망가진 걸 되돌릴 수 없는 걸 똑같은 하루가
Vocals.
또다시 이 어둠이 끝이 날까 차갑고 쓸쓸한 밤 아무 생각 없이 붉은 것만 같아 And day and night 반복되는 fall Black twilight 외면하지
He sounds so vulnerable here.
It's gonna be alright
Yeah, this was bearing his soul. Like, the name of the song is called Alone, and the way how the melody was, sadness in his voice, yeah, you could feel like the loneliness of the song. It definitely puts like a perspective that is very somber and very blue, and I mean like blue meaning like sad and depressed. He said, yeah, everything's gonna be alright. So yeah, even though he is obviously very devastated and dejected by how he sounded on this message of, you know, everything's gonna be okay, everything's gonna be alright, being immersed in the feeling of being lonely, and the way how the melody was, like, it was a very good showcase of being alone. His voice on this, I'm not the best when it comes to describing voices. It's very light, the way how he can draw out like how he is feeling with whatever song, like the way how he draws out his words and draws out like the syllables, the notes that he can hit, like it's very much longing. Again, I'm not the best when it comes to describing voices because I'm not a vocal coach, like I'm not a singing expert. All in all, a good embodiment of being alone. Okay, so we're at the last song now, which is Like Crazy, English version.
Been reaching for the stars. Tell me will I find myself again when I go far again? I know. Can you help me numb the pain?
Can you help me numb the pain? Forever You and I. I like this little part. Give me a good ride. Dream on. He's just talking about like, can you help me numb the pain? He does say that he wants to dream on and, you know, don't save me. So even though he's not with that person physically, how some people say like, oh, I'll meet you in your dreams or something like that. So yeah, it's also a hopeful message, almost kind of reassuring, because even though Army is not always with them physically, especially during COVID, he can still dream about Army, be in this like imagination that where COVID is non-existent, and I can be in this environment where we can just enjoy each other's presence. I'm already getting the feeling that Like Crazy, the original version, and Like Crazy, the English version, like it's different lyrics of course, but I think it's all going to fall in the same category of like missing somebody. But that is the album. I liked how it was pretty consistent for the most part. When it comes to K-pop albums, like most K-pop albums are not very consistent, at least not 100%. Like it could be consistent, but they're probably like maybe a good 3, possibly 4 songs on there. I mean, depending on like if it's like a mini album or a full album. I guess I could tell like a mini albums at least. Like a good maybe 2 or 3 songs where it kind of does quote unquote disrupt like the overall cohesion of the album. But no, this album, like, it was consistent. It stuck with this theme of bearing your emotions and not being ashamed of it. You're going through it. You're going through it. He wanted to share a body of work that expressed his emotions throughout the pandemic. And, you know, even though it's not as bad now, I mean, you know, COVID is still real. So yeah, everybody please, you know, wash your hands, sanitize, definitely wear a mask, like in certain settings where like there's a lot of people. What the pandemic has put not just him, but definitely all the members of BTS and just everybody in this entire world. Reminiscent, but also comforting at the same time. BTS are no strangers when it comes to putting out something that is comforting, that is reassuring, that is reflecting on past emotions. So people relate to it, and you know, people listen to it and feel the emotions that BTS are expressing in their songs. This album, in terms of the genres, I feel like this album was like a range between pop, R&B, and hip-hop. Even though I feel like it was mostly pop, but yeah, just like those certain moments where hip-hop and R&B was incorporated into it. But yeah, Jimin showcasing vulnerable sides to him. I mean, he's definitely done that in the past too, but just the fact that this is his official solo debut. I'm sure not a lot of people expected him to go this route like automatically with a solo debut, but when it comes to BTS, you never really know what you're gonna get from them, but you just know that it's going to be their authentic emotions and it's going to be very original, and whatever emotions you feel from it, their goal was achieved. So yeah, I definitely felt like the emotions of one being lonely and being sad pretty much in this confinement. The 6th song is Like Crazy, English version, but you know, technically there's 5, and the way how the 5th song is Set Me Free Part 2, and like I said in my reaction, how like Set Me Free Part 2 is like him breaking free from whatever confinement and just bearing all his negative emotions out. And you know, in the video how he went from black clothing to white clothing, like he is giving this very grim but powerful like performance and just going forward with whatever is on his path. Yeah, Set Me Free, you know, technically being the last song, I think it's a good ending message of like, look, I was sad, but you know, I'm going to get through this and I'm going to break out of this. Perseverance, which is another thing that BTS are no strangers of, showcasing, you know, perseverance and confidence. Jimin, Park Jimin, his first solo album is out now. It's good, melancholic, but also very comforting. He was sad, and the fact that he can get over it, like, it really does showcase that, like, you know, even if you're sad, whatever you're going through right now, like, it will definitely like pass and you'll get over it. You'll be set free from it. I'm really proud of Jimin. I'm so happy that he could put out a body of work like this. Again, even though a lot of people probably weren't expecting him to, but you know, BTS, they do what they want. I love him, and you know, wherever he goes with this album, it's going to be good things, and I'm very happy for him, and he deserves all the love, all the support, and just all the praise, you know, with this. But yeah, I think I'm just gonna conclude the reaction here. It kind of leaves you speechless, but you know, like I said, like, happy and proud. If you like this reaction, make sure you hit that like button, that subscribe button, comment down below your thoughts on the album, what your favorite song was even, if you had any favorite moments within the album. On that note, I'm out. Bye!